So what is up, family? We are back with another informative video, and today I am going to bring you through an entire guide of evidence-based, proven to work diet hacks, because I know a lot of you will be trying to lose weight, and an unfortunate side effect of creating a calorie deficit or entering a diet is hunger, often referred to as homeostatic hunger. Basically, the body just makes physiological adaptations to make you return to your baseline body weight. But that's why I'm here today, and you have clicked on this video because there are definitely a few hacks that you can sort of use to help sustain a calorie deficit and get you shredded. So if you haven't already, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to diet hack numero uno. Which is going to be to chew on some sugar-free gum. You may not have thought of it, but yeah, chewing gum can actually suppress your appetite. And they are literally calorie-free. I know it says 153 calories per 100 grams, but this whole 5-pack is 70 grams, okay? So each pack is like 10 grams, and then each pellet is even less, so even less calories, practically calorie-free. And there is actually one pretty cool study by Hetherington and Regan 2011, who showed that chewing gum for at least 45 minutes, so at 3 times 15-minute intervals, significantly suppressed hunger, appetite, cravings for snacks, and promoted fullness. So these are a game changer. Next! Stop right now, stop what you're doing, go downstairs and make yourself a juicy cup on coffee. That's a cup of coffee in Irish for you. Miss Ketty, if you're watching, again, I hope you're proud of me. But yeah, coffee or just caffeine has shown to have very beneficial effects on suppressing your appetite, okay? There's one study out there by Tremblay et al. 1988 showed that 300 milligrams of caffeine consumed before free access to various foods resulted in a 21.7% reduction in energy intake in men. However, interestingly enough, there were no actual beneficial effects witnessed for women. So although it might be a little bit inconclusive, still definitely worth considering adding in a cup on coffee to see if you react. Okay, so we have a nice big juicy cup. We're doing a bit of online coaching. If you want the most comprehensive coaching service you're ever gonna get, hit me up. You will not be disappointed. But we do have some of these white chocolate flavor drops by My Protein, so let's add some of these to our cup on coffee. Woo! We went for a very strong one today. Size definitely does matter. We have a long day ahead, so here we go. Let's hope this suppresses my appetite and makes me shredded. I can feel myself getting a 6-pack already. But yeah, it doesn't actually even have to be coffee, because of course other things contain caffeine, so you can go for your white monsters. In moderation, they're okay, but whatever you do, be sure to go for the low calorie one, because you can see here we have the low calorie one and then we have the regular one. And when you look at the back of the pack, both have pretty much the same amount of caffeine, but here you're talking 237 calories for the original compared to only 11 calories for the low calorie ones. So they can definitely be useful, and I do sort of implement them maybe 2 or 3 a week. But if you do want a more natural source, consider going for the likes of a green tea. You can get a decaf one, but these are just the original one, the main caffeinated one. But you can probably guess you don't get much. Per cup you get like 30 milligrams, but it's better than nothing. But if you do want something super powerful, then just buy some caffeine powder in isolation. Per scoop, 200 milligrams to the dome! Oh, God damn it. Oh, f***'s sake. But yes, actual caffeine powder on its own, by far the cheapest way of just getting pure caffeine. You know, per scoop is like 200 milligrams, and the whole bag will literally last you the whole year. So regardless of whether it reduces appetite or not, caffeine has consistently shown to increase overall alertness and energy, meaning that you will be moving more and burning extra calories, which can then help fat loss. With one study even by Dullo et al. 1989 showing that an additional 100 milligrams of caffeine resulted in a daily increase in total daily energy expenditure by 80 to 150 calories. And I know it's only 80 to 150 calories, but it will all add up over time. So caffeine is definitely something worth considering. So that is caffeine, banged out the way. Speaking away. Consider increasing your protein intake, okay? Hopefully by now you know that out of the 3 main macronutrients, protein is by far the most thermogenic and satiating macronutrient, meaning that foods high in protein or even drinks high in protein can really help in burning more calories through digestion, along with decreasing appetite and increasing fullness. And there's a plethora of evidence out there supporting the effectiveness of high protein diets on fat loss. And this doesn't all have to be through whey protein either. because whole foods should always come first. So things like eggs, you can see pretty high in protein per egg, 8.5 grams of protein. Or tins of tuna, you can see per 100 grams, 27 grams of protein. But again, be sure to go for the brine instead of sunflower oil because the difference is 113 calories as opposed to 180 calories, so quite a big difference. Hake or haddock or any white fish is pretty good. You can see per fillet of hake you are talking 20 grams of protein. Of course, it should go without saying that chicken and any lean high biological value protein plays a key role, and of course you always have to have time for a bit of halo top too. Red meats, milk, dairy, egg whites, you get the point. All whole food sources of protein. Remember that, whole foods first and then supplements. But if you do have access to a protein powder, then this can definitely be a handy snack. You know, I've touched on it before, but there is a study out there by Akavan et al. 2007 who showed that the consumption of a protein shake pre-buffet reduced ad libitum intake, meaning that although it may still have calories, consuming a protein shake maybe before going out for like a meal or something might actually indirectly save calories because you might eat less in that meal. So without further ado, let's crack this open and give you a taste test. Bulk powders, sponsor me, bro. Whoo, baby! We have a strawberry optimum nutrition. Never tried this one before. Pop it in there. Add in some liquido. Give it a shake and pray that it stops me from eating pizza later on. So here we go. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty good. So on the topic of liquid, be sure to stay well hydrated. So drink plenty of water, and this can be still water or sparkling water. Personally, I'm a fan of a few bubbles. Ooh. Beautiful. Excuse me. Ooh, message. But yeah, regardless of which one is your favorite, be sure to load up on water because again, according to Daniels and Popkin 2010, water has a potentially important role to play in reducing energy intake and consequently in obesity prevention. However, I do know that a lot of you actually really struggle to consume enough water, so in your case, consider adding some flavor enhancers to your water. But again, much like the monsters, be sure to go for the low calorie or the sugar-free one. So you can see you have the no added sugar and the regular one. The regular one is 25 calories and this one is only 5 calories, and I know it's only small, but if you're having a lot of them over the course of the day, they do all add up. So you can see they have a bunch of different flavors like blackcurrant, orange and pineapple, lemon, lime or whatever, and these are pretty handy. You can buy these once and then fill them up. They're just like little portable ones, pretty good for going to work. And if you're too lazy to do that, you can actually buy pre-made ones. They're only like 35 cents. You can see like orange and peach, only like 1 calorie per bottle. Or you know what? Consider investing in some BCAAs, or when you're buying your creatine powder, if you take one, be sure to go for a flavored one. So you can see we have a sour apple one for my protein. Yeah, another great way of adding a bit of flavor and just making you want to drink your water more. So they are all nice little additions to your water stack. Let's move on to the next diet hack. Hey, that rhymes. Increase your fiber content. Fiber will help in filling you up. So things like beans, oats, any fruits or any vegetables, but most importantly, eat for volume, okay? You see this whole big ass bowl of spinach, 90 calories. You see this measly little portion of Brazil nuts? You see these nuts? 250 calories, and this is going to be a game changer, guys, because a huge part of feeling full is actually due to the degree of gastric distension which you experience during a meal, or in other words, how much your stomach is pushed out, okay? So which do you think is going to fill up your stomach more, this big bowl of spinach or this measly portion of nuts? Correct, the big ass bowl of spinach. So you'll push out your stomach, and then these mechanoreceptors in your stomach will actually sense this and relay this message to the brain via the vagal and spinal sensory nerve, telling you that you are full and actually stimulating the termination of a meal, as opposed to this, which will do absolutely nothing for you. So obviously I'm not saying to just eat a plain ass bowl of spinach, but things like huge burrito bowls of oats, watermelons, high volume fruits, they are all going to be key. And there's even a study out there by Latner et al. 2008 who showed that high volume, low energy density foods actually help to decrease hunger, desire to eat, excitement about eating, desire for desserts, and loss of control over eating in women with binge eating disorders. So the proof is in the pudding. The science is out there. Volume is your key. So that is that. Let's move on to the next diet hack, which is going to be when you do finally have your big ass volume meal, do not be scoffing it down in 2 seconds like no, instead take your time in eating it. So take each leaf. But But seriously, the time that it takes those mechanoreceptors to actually send the message to your brain takes time. So if you scoff down all your food, you might actually be already somewhat full. So try even setting a timer like 10 to 15 minutes on your watch and actually eating the meal slowly. You will find that you'll probably enjoy the meal more and you will feel fuller afterwards. And there is actually a study out there by Andrade et al. 2008 who even showed that eating fast is associated with greater rates of overeating, lower rates of satiety and pleasantness as opposed to eating slowly. So there you go again, proof is in the scientific pudding that if you eat slower, you're probably going to enjoy your meal more, along with feeling fuller for longer afterwards. Okay, and following on from this, if you struggle to eat slowly, then use small cutlery. If you have a nice big meal here, which do you think will take longer to eat that meal? With this big ass spoon or with the small spoon? Of course, with the small spoon. Literally just scooping it up is a challenge. So here we go. So that is another game changer, often quite overlooked. So let's move on to the next, which is going to be to completely take yourself out of the food environment when hunger strikes. Sometimes when you're hungry, you might just be bored. So go for a stroll or just get busy, take your mind off food and avoid temptation. And you might actually find that your hunger subsides. So in this case, we're going for a stroll. So we're banging out our steps. We're actually burning calories in the freezing cold while also potentially reducing our appetite. So that is key. Next. Cue the haters. You know what, haters? But despite what you may think about artificial sweeteners, low-calorie, zero-calorie foods or like diet sodas have been shown to be perfectly safe when used in moderation. Again, with a plethora of evidence out there of them actually having been shown to help to reduce calorie intake when used instead of like more energy-dense options, thus making them a far better choice for weight loss and prevention of overall weight gain. So foods such as sugar-free or calorie-free jellos, even like low-calorie sauces, Walden Farms, and your diet sodas are perfect additions to your diet when used in moderation to help in combating your hunger and to keep you full, okay? And to give you a bit of perspective, let's go into a bit of aspartame science. Overall, the FDA has set an ADI or adequate daily intake for humans of aspartame to be roughly 50 milligrams per kilogram in the USA and 40 milligrams per kilo in Europe, okay? So taking the average male, let's say 70 kilograms, you can consume roughly 2,800 to 3,500 milligrams per day and still not be exposed to any real health risk, okay? And to give you some perspective, this little can of Coke Zero has 87 milligrams of aspartame in it. So to be over the ADI of aspartame, you'd have to drink an entire 32 pack of Coke Zero, which realistically, unless you're a freak, is never going to happen. Per day, you'd have to have 32 cans per day. And the final diet hack, which isn't really a diet hack, but still a good way to control hunger, is to sleep, okay? Do not be like me, only sleeping 3 to 4 hours per day. If you've seen my only sleeping 3 to 4 hours per day video, you'll know that there are some key papers in there, one in particular by Spiegel 2004, who showed that a reduction in sleep from 10 hours to 4 hours for 2 days resulted in an 18% decrease in that fat-burning hormone leptin, but most importantly, a 28% increase in that hunger hormone ghrelin. So you are hungrier, and they actually reported a 24% increase in rating of perceived hunger and also a 23% increase in appetite, especially for calorie-dense foods high in carbohydrate content. So that is the end of the video. Again, if you like this sort of quicker up-tempo informative video, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Boop. I don't know whether I'm going to include this, but side note, we just got kicked out of Tesco's for recording. Promoting you, Tesco's. I'm promoting you. But we did pick up these birthday cake and cookies and cream. Hello, top.